A marriage for me. What do you mean? Do you old men believe I'll blow up your ashes? The elder sighed, alas, what a calamity. The scene shifted to the human ancestor palace, where the surroundings were filled with magnificent barriers, truly magnificent. Inside the hall, a surge of power spread throughout. A graceful woman was cultivating inside the hall. A female subordinate entered and reporting. To the Holy Maiden, no, the Holy Maiden has already left the heavenly domain and left a message. The beauty in the sky asked, speak, what did she say? The subordinate said with concern, she has no interest in finding the reincarnation of the human ancestor. She said the human ancestor. Palace has bound her, and she doesn't want to be the Holy Maiden. She just wants to find a suitable husband and get married. She turned around and said, she is foolishly dreaming. Once she enters the human ancestor palace, she will be part of it for life. Finding the reincarnation of the human ancestor and taking over the world is the duty and responsibility of the successor. She thought, according to the prophecy, the reincarnation of the human ancestor will soon appear. I should leave here. In this life. The heir to the demonic arts has emerged, and the world is in chaos. If I can find him first, I will deal with him directly. The scene shifted to the sky, where a carriage was speeding ahead. In front of the carriage, an old man was driving the carriage. A woman shouted inside, don't send me off, go back and tell your young master to stop wasting his time. Miss has no interest in him at all. Some people shouted from behind, Miss Sewer, this is the young master's order. We can't help it, please don't make it difficult for us. The maid said, Zhao Tianxing, this annoying guy, why isn't he dead yet? Heart. Miss has so many suitors in the heavenly domain, how does he have a chance? One subordinate said, hey, Miss Sewer, no matter what, our young master is the future ruler of the ancient Zhao clan. Isn't it? A bit rude to say that. Someone next to them said, yeah. And the young master genuinely likes the saintess, that's why we escort her all the way, worried about bad people trying to harm her. Even if we haven't done anything great, we've still worked hard. The sedan inside glowed with blue light, and a delicate woman shouted from inside, you are the real bad guys. Get lost before I get angry. The light flew toward the people riding horses in the air. The light gathered and transformed into several long swords. She said, tell Zhao Tianxing, if he doesn't know his place next time, even the emperor can't save him. This statement made Prince Qin say, 1. The old man laughed, since the young lady doesn't want to, let's leave quickly. The woman in the sedan angrily said, damn. I hate such hypocrites. The maid next to her asked, Miss, what does hypocrite mean? Prince Qin was surprised, what? Prince Qin said, a hypocrite is a man who gives you a bouquet of flowers, treats you to a meal, and then forces you to marry him. If it were you, would you be willing? The maid foolishly shook her head and said, of course not. Prince Qin said, exactly. The maid, while counting on her fingers, said, 1 meal is too little. I think at least 100 meals would be fair. This left Prince Qin beside her speechless. The maid next to her cheered, Miss, you know so much. She proudly raised her nose and said, of course. She thought to herself, I used to be a keyboard warrior. I lived in my old world, looked outstanding, and came from a rich family. Unfortunately, I was weak and sickly as a child, often staying in a small hospital room. She thought about her past self, always lying on a hospital bed, dying at the age of 20. Looking out the window, she thought, it's a huge stroke of luck to be reincarnated here after dying. Finally having a healthy body, traveling around is what I should do. What human ancestor? I don't understand any of it. Just like those stories about crossing into female-focused novels, where they always have a cold prince or tyrannical demon. Lord, but I'm just an idiot, chasing after those so-called geniuses, who are all fools with low IQs. The maid beside her asked, Miss, when you said you want to find a perfect husband to marry, were you serious or joking? Prince Qin excitedly said, of course, it's a joke. Miss will be a peerless female immortal king in the future, dominating 3,000 empires with one hand and pushing 14 states with both hands. How could she be bound by love? This shocked the maid beside her, her eyes sparkling as she cheered. She said, but Miss left without saying a word. What about the saintess? Prince Chin said, please, if I told her, would she let me go? She's always wearing a cold face, as if the whole world owes her, thinking she's above everyone else. The little maid whispered, I think the saintess is a good person, she's just a bit cold in personality. Well, she always wants to uphold justice. She responded, she is a good person, but what she needs is a man. As long as she thinks, apart from that human ancestor, all men in this world are. At this moment, the maid pointed in a direction and shouted, Miss, look. Over there is the infinite heaven of the inner domain. I heard. Young Master Wushuang is there now. Should we go have a look? She said, huh? Wang Wushuang. I don't want to see that little brother. But the maid stubbornly said, I heard that recently, the storm in infinite heaven is gathering, and the heir of the Dao Tian Immortal Palace is said to be the #1 among the young generation. She glanced at the maid and said, you've been talking about it, but it's actually you who want to go, right? The maid continued exaggerating, I heard he's the taboo of the young generation, with the qualifications of a true immortal. Gu Chang'e, the young master, has unparalleled power in infinite heaven. Not only is he the young master of the Chongqing family, but he's also the heir of the Dao Tian Immortal Palace. Behind him, the primordial divine sect and the immortal sect are fully supporting him. Prince Qin closed his eyes and laughed, true immortal qualifications. Did Gu Chang'e's father say that himself? Saying his son has true immortal qualifications. Normally, those who are called geniuses like that end up dying quickly. Besides, Gu Chang'e is a name that doesn't even sound like the protagonist of a web novel. It doesn't even have the character Fan or Ling, it's inconvenient to even call himself the protagonist. She teased the maid, so I told you, you're just a cannon fodder character. Look at how excited you got. The maid was still thinking about what she said, and she continued talking endlessly, I bet right now, someone with the surname Ling is being suppressed by Gu Chang'e and about to be slapped in the face. The maid said, Miss, please don't speak ill of young Master Chang'e. He almost died on the Tian-Gu continent, when he damaged his origin to fight against the inheritor of the demonic arts. He is so bright, upright, and great. Moreover, I've heard that young Master Chang'e's demeanor is like jade, transcendent and otherworldly. Prince Qin said, stop, must you go on? Anyone who doesn't know might think you're his maid. The scene shifts to another place. A golden light appeared in the sky. Above was an enormous warship, and below was a bloody battle where Chang'e was fighting with the Dragon Clan. The Dragon Clan leader roared, Gu family's child, don't think you can make our Dragon Clan bow to you. We have dominated the heavens and the earth, never yielding even to true immortals. What merits do you have to dare claim to control the immortal ancient? Gu Chang'e responded, Leader, you are mistaken. I, Gu, am merely a junior, how could I claim to control the immortal ancient? When the Dragon Clan sent the true Dragon Order and had the Martial Clan besiege me, today, I only wish to seek justice. The Dragon Clan leader roared, spitting blood, you led an army to attack our clan, and now you want to claim righteousness and slander our clan's purity. Child, you must die. Gu Chang'e made his move, two sturdy long knives appeared behind him. He laughed, why get so angry? Leader. If the Dragon Clan prefers to die rather than yield, don't blame me for being merciless. The Dragon Clan members below started to discuss. On the other side, someone exclaimed, Tisk, that's the reincarnation ancient wheel. Another person said, that's not a Dao artifact, but a replica of the Dao artifact created by the reincarnation ancient celestial lord. One person anxiously said, how is that possible? How could Gu Chang'e have such a thing? Another person discussed, what is his relationship with the reincarnation ancient celestial lord? Damn, this guy has such an identity, this is bad. Should we surrender? The clan leader thought, by bringing out this artifact, is he trying to disrupt the morale of my rear forces? The clan leader roared, our dragon clan's proud spirit will forever exist, we'd rather die than yield. Don't think you can make us submit. He shouted, kill. Then, his subordinates charged forward, their claws sharp. Just as someone was about to launch a sneak attack, Gu Changa had already gathered his strength. He thought, prepared to become a supreme. At the critical moment, the leader of the Black Sky Eagle clan came to rescue Gu Changa. Experts from the Divine Crocodile Clan, Snake Clan, and Heavenly Eagle Clan appeared instantly and said, young master, we're here to assist you. This shocked the Dragon Clan leader, you. So, you have been preparing for rebellion. He erupted with an intense aura, roaring, bastards. He began to transform. Gu Changa calmly said, Great Elder, I hope you will honor your promise. In an instant, an incredibly huge light poured down and landed on the Dragon Clan leader, who screamed in pain, ah. The Dragon Clan members shouted in shock, leader. The light kept releasing, scattering the dust, causing everyone around to be sent flying. After a moment, that golden white light penetrated the Dragon Clan's land, and a voice came from the sky. The Dragon Clan leader has been defeated, there is no need for you to continue fighting. The Snake Clan members thought, I never expected that one strike could suppress the Dragon Clan leader, such a terrifying existence. Fortunately, I surrendered early. Gu Changa thought, to suppress a supreme-level Great Elder so easily, his strength is probably far greater than I imagined. Gu Changa said, the Dragon Clan leader has been defeated, either surrender or die. Upon hearing these words, the Dragon Clan members looked at each other, glancing at the bodies of the young members who had fallen to the ground. An elder said, our Dragon Clan's power is waning, we are willing to submit. Gu Changa sighed, he thought to himself, this is typical, no tears until seeing the coffin. Then, a purple light flew into the sky. Gu Changa cupped his hands and said, it's over. This battle was all thanks to the Great Elder. The Great Elder turned around and said, remember what you promised me. Gu Changa shouted, as a member of the Heavenly Immortal Palace, for the safety of both inside and outside the palace, it is only natural that I will not refuse. The cultivators of the Heavenly Immortal Palace were in heated discussion. Then, the Great Elder, enraged, turned around, you little brat, are you unreasonable? Did you always plan to drag the Heavenly Immortal Palace down with you? Gu Changa laughed, hey, Great Elder, what are you saying? Don't forget, you still owe me a favor. If there's trouble in the future, I might have to trouble you. Before he could finish speaking, the Great Elder had already disappeared into the air, leaving behind a sentence, shameless. Stay away from me, I don't want to see you again. Gu Changa continued to smile faintly. At this moment, a detection appeared on the notification tool, revealing a new child of fortune. The person had hidden their identity, and they turned out to be a transmigrator. Gu Changa thought darkly, a transmigrator, could it be? Gu Changa showed a sinister smile and said, interesting, fellow countrymen meet each other, it's easier to deceive people. The clan leaders of the various immortal clans said in unison, young master, you have completed what you instructed. All the rebellious dragons have been dealt with. Gu Changa said, good, well done. He thought to himself, with 3 major clans submitting, it will inevitably make the great Dao factions wary. Next, it's best to keep them hidden in the shadows. But this transmigrator, were they before me or after me? Such anomalies must be crushed. In the distance, a mysterious clan elder said, if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, who would believe that a young man could accomplish this? Wang Xiong, standing beside the elder, said, from a certain perspective, Gu Changa is even more terrifying than that inheritor of the demonic art. The elder replied, it's rumored that the inheritor of the demonic art was ultimately defeated by him, but his real whereabouts have yet to be found. Even though some young prodigies were secretly killed, they were all done covertly. He must have been severely injured by Gu Changa. As for the younger generation, it's hard to find anyone who can compare with him. The young master will likely have to learn from Gu Chang'e in the future. Wang Xiong said, in decision-making and methods, I truly can't compare to him, but in the face of absolute strength, conspiracies and schemes are nothing. The Wang family, isn't there still my sister? Suddenly, a voice came from behind, when you encounter a strong opponent, you bring up my sister, you'll always be a sidekick like this. The two who were talking were startled, their hearts trembling. Wang Ziqin jumped up and kicked Wang Xiong, saying, can't you have some dignity? Don't you feel ashamed of your battle suit? After all these years, how are you still so vulgar? Meanwhile, the female servant landed. Wang Ziqin's kick sent Wang Xiong spinning several times. He said, didn't the human ancestor hall teach you etiquette? What kind of woman are you? Wang Ziqin said, Wushuang, remember, there's always someone stronger and better than you. The three major clans aren't fools. And just with the identity of being an inheritor of the ancient heavenly venerable, Gu Chang'e cannot rule the immortal clan. The elder beside them cupped his hands and said, greetings, young miss. Wang Xiong said, so, what does my sister mean? Wang Ziqin observed. And said, I've been watching him for a while now. His methods are powerful, but there are no flaws, even I can't see through his depth. The female servant said, it's a pity that I heard Gu Chang'e is already engaged. Otherwise, he would be quite a match for you, young miss. Wang Ziqin confidently said, what a pity, he missed out on a fine woman like me. However, his fiancée is quite lucky. The elder beside them said, it's rare for the young miss to give him such high praise. Should we go visit and get to know him? Wang Ziqin thought for a moment and said, all right, as the elder suggests. Wang Xiong thought to himself, what's going on? Isn't she the one who hates matchmaking the most? The maid beside him said, she had no interest before coming. Wang Ziqin slapped the maid's head and said, who told you to talk too much? The scene switched to another location, where subordinates were sorting and counting precious sun pearls. One person shouted, move them over here. Another person counting said, these magical treasures are precious, handle them carefully. Gu Chang'e stood aside, watching as the tool bar showed that the daughter of destiny had taken an interest in the host. The luck points increased once, and the destiny value rose by 50-100. Gu Chang'e thought, this works too. He secretly smiled, thinking it seems that his fellow countrymen had noticed him and even developed an interest. He could only say that his charm was too great. She must have seen that battle earlier. If he guessed correctly. Before he could continue thinking, a subordinate reported, young master, Wang Wushuang, heir of the Eternal Life King family, is here to visit. They are waiting outside Dragon Island. Gu Chang'e thought, oh, they arrived quite fast, the Eternal Life King family. Gu Chang'e said, please direct them to the Die Peak for gathering. The subordinate reported, yes, young master. Gu Chang'e licked his lips and sneered, she shows some interest in me, and now she's giving me this much destiny value. He thought, her luck, isn't this a fat sheep? The subordinate beside him reported, everyone, please follow me. Young Master Chang'e has prepared tea. The maid beside him said, young master, why do you want to meet him so badly? Wang Ziqin laughed and said, isn't it because of me? Naturally beautiful, afraid he'll make me look ugly? Sewer, you don't understand, being too good-looking is also a burden. She thought, besides, I don't want to reveal my identity as the holy maiden of the human ancestor hall so soon. There are too many arrogant geniuses in this world, it's truly boring. Gu Chang'e, don't disappoint me. The subordinate led the way, saying, everyone, the young master is waiting upstairs. Wang Xiong cupped his hands and said, thank you for your trouble. Wang Ziqin looked at Gu Chang'e's subordinates and thought, the temporary guards are all at the God King realm. Gu Chang'e's foundation is truly profound. No wonder he is so fearless, but being able to make good use of family background is also a skill. Wang Xiong cupped his hands and lowered his head, saying, "Greetings, Brother Gu." Gu Chang'e stood at the